Hello friends, welcome back to Graceful Living and welcome to all of you that are new here today. In today's video, I am going to be continuing on my decorating journey for Christmas 2021. I have found these last couple of weeks that I am not near as young as I used to be, and it is taking a toll, and I am so much slower than what I was before. But I still enjoy doing it all, and I hope that you will sit back, relax, and just maybe find some inspiration along the way for your own home. All right, let's go ahead and get this one started. As you can tell by the thumbnail, I am decorating our kitchen and dining areas today, and I am so excited but also a little apprehensive to begin, and that is because on one hand, I absolutely love decorating these two areas because I do spend a lot of time in them preparing our meals and such, and of course, we do tend to congregate here most often, but I seriously do not know what I am going to do at this point. I do have a couple of ideas in mind, like using our apothecary jars on the dining room table, but what to put in them is a totally different story. So I am going to start out by emptying our memory jars, because that's what they are right now, and putting that all away for safekeeping, and then getting these jars all cleaned out, and then we can move on. Now that everything is clean, I have things kind of set up that I thought I might use, and I think for the most part I end up using everything except the Eiffel Tower candle holder. Now, the next thing that I do, which I did off camera, is I did add in a couple felt pieces to the bottom of my chalkboard because I do want to set it down on the table as the base, but I want to be able to slide it back and forth with ease because we do tend to entertain quite a bit during the Christmas season. So we'll go ahead, get that set down, and adjust our jars and go on from there. Now that I have the jars in place and also added in that small piece of greenery, I think I can move on to filling the apothecaries. Now, I didn't have any of my green ornaments left, so I did opt to bring in that color by using these candies wrapped in the perfect hue of green. And to incorporate that pearl look, I found some pearl ribbon I have had for years and used that as a filler and topped it off with a simple bottle brush tree I took from our room. Now, in my mind, I am trying to add balance to the colors, making sure that I space them out in the right fashion, and of course, bringing in all the colors I have used in the living room area. I think apothecary jars are such a beautiful way to display just about anything. And as you can see, I am using very inexpensive items, but by just being enclosed in the jars, it really elevates the look of each and every item. For this last jar, I thought bringing in my last pearl pick would work, and I truly think it does. It not only adds to that pearl theme we are going with, but also another size to the entire grouping. Now, if you are ever in search of apothecaries, I would say the best place I have found to look is home goods. They seem to have the largest selection at really great prices. Now, moving on to the buffet, I decided to grab these small Christmas trees and incorporate them. But first, I needed to fluff them because throughout the year, I shape them into little topiaries and use them all around the house. Now, my vision for the buffet is a small French country inspired little forest of trees, or at least that's what I'm going to call it. And because I want to try and add in different types of trees and vessels, I want to also add in different heights using books and things of that nature. Now, I love these wired cloches, and I'm so glad that I brought them out and was able to use them here. This Christmas tree I found at Hobby Lobby, just like you see it. It was regular, I don't know, I got it I think last year or the year before, and I want to say it was about $26, but I think I ended up getting it for $2 because of that bottom piece. So I took it up and asked about a discount, and that's what I ended up with, and it works out perfectly here. And then I'm just going to start filling my cloches with different little trees, some from the Dollar Tree and some that I've collected at Hobby Lobby over the years, and put this all together. I think these two areas turned out perfectly. It is so hard to trust your judgment at first, but somehow it always seems to work itself out in the end. Okay, and now on to the kitchen area. Now, I have had an idea in my mind for about a month, but wasn't sure how to make it mesh with all that I already had going on. So I was so glad when making the transition here in our kitchen came to mind. For some reason, the idea of using my pears this season has been at the forefront of my mind, and I had really hoped to use them in the dining area, but just could not bring it together in my head. So in here, it is. I'm so excited to pair them with this beautiful velvet ribbon. I think this space turned out better than I expected, and I'm so excited about it. In fact, I loved it more than any other space in the house so far. It almost made me want to redo our entryway, but I didn't. Now, this gold candlestick I just found at our local Goodwill. Ronnie and I were out on a date and we stopped by at one of our favorite Starbucks, which is really close to a Goodwill, and it happened to be on Black Friday. Who knew Goodwill had Black Friday? So everything in the store was half off, and I happened across the angel that I used in my last video and a couple candlesticks, and I think one other thing, but I cannot remember for the life of me. But anyways, I absolutely love the way it all came together. I'm so glad I got to use my pairs. So let's go ahead and carry on this theme throughout the kitchen. Incorporating the pairs has really made my day. I know that sounds so silly, but I love the look of them meshed with that beautiful black velvet ribbon. Now I'm going to move on over to our little coffee station. Last month I moved our canisters over here and they have worked out great. So here they will stay. I do want to bring in a little decor to the area, so I opted to just place something atop of our Breville, completely out of the way of everyday use. I know I have said this before, but I never want my love for decorating to really interfere with the comfort of my family, especially during the holiday season. Using a tray to display a vignette makes it so easy to move out of the way if needs be. So I love using them in busy areas just like this. This usually becomes a prep station while cooking, but being able to slide that prettiness away and then put it right back into place once I am done is the perfect way to add it here. Now, there are a few things that I wanted to make mention of because I so often get questions about these items, and one of them is this tiered rack. I found this years ago at Hobby Lobby, and I do keep an eye out for it all the time to let you all know if it does make its way back in stock. The other is my set of green canisters. They were found so many years ago at Ross of all places. And the last thing is here on the counter. It is the mirrored tray that I'm going to be decorating right here, and that is another past find at Hobby Lobby. Again, I keep my eye out because I would love to have one more as well. I hope that today's video offered you some time to take a minute to enjoy the process of decorating and the views that came along afterwards. But most of all, I pray that it gave you a few moments to just sit back and relax. This time of year can be so extra busy, and our minds always seem to be on fast forward to what comes next. But as we get our homes ready, it is nice to just take a moment to figure out what is going to offer a little peace and calmness to all the hustle and bustle around us. So today, I encourage you to give yourself the gift of relaxation this year. Remember, not everything needs to be done in one day, and not everything needs to match what we see on Pinterest or even here on YouTube. I think the most important thing is for you to be well, not only in body, but in spirit as well. So by simply displaying items to make you happy is a great way to start your decorating process. Again, as silly as it sounds, the combination of these simple pears and ribbon have really brightened my day. I am so happy they fit in and have brought a little bit of calm to one of my busiest areas in our home. Another simple thing to add to my calmness today was when I walked back into the kitchen and the overhead lights were off, and the only glow in the room was made by the flicker of a candle and the faint glimmer of fairy lights strewn about. Soft music played, and my day was made new. I could now relax and take it all in. Today, as I began to reflect on relaxation, I could not help but think of the incredible music in the background of my videos. The composer that has put it all together is Jonny Easton. He is absolutely amazing. He started his music journey at a very young age, and in those early years, he began his passion for the drums. Later, progressed to the piano, guitar, bass, and even the ukulele. His music is beyond beautiful and offers such a calmness to my videos and my day. I am so incredibly thankful for his generosity in letting his music be used here on YouTube, and thought this was the perfect opportunity to give him a shout out. I know he would truly love to hear from you, and if you would offer him your support as well. I wanted you to know that his channel information is always down at the bottom of my description box with a link that will take you right there. All right, friends, I am going to begin to bring this one to a close. And as I do, I just want to thank each and every one of you for coming along with me today and making it to the end. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. Remember to stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.